Box and Wireless Scotland, the very best of your box and wireless.
Yes, indeed, you're listening to Scottie McClue's National Megaphone in the biggest sound around, and back we go to the telephones. We're extremely busy. We're talking to Margaret. Keep your calls coming. Hello, Margaret.
Hi, Scottie.
How are you, Livy?
I'm very, very disappointed in you, Scottie.
Well, what's up with you now?
The song you played last night was an insult to British culture. A total insult.
In what way?
You knew what you were playing when you made your comments to Catherine following it. You said to Catherine last night that it was to keep the other side happy. So therefore, you knew that was a rebel song.
Well, as a matter of fact, I didn't believe it or not. So there we are. It came off a CD that was British folk music.
Well, Scottie, why did you make that comment to Catherine?
Well, I just made that comment to Catherine because she was on doing a nut and because she was jumping down my throat without thinking.
Well, she was rightly so, Scottie.
Well, no, she wasn't rightly so, because you've got to remember, that's not British culture, right? There are two sides to British culture, and Catherine looks at one side, and then there's another side.
Well, the thing is, Scottie, whatever way you put it, it's an IRA rebel song, and I don't care for the IRA, the UDA, whoever they like.
Well, let me tell you this.
In a programme like this.
No, well, let me tell you this, right? Let me tell you this.
I don't want to hear about the rebel's wife. In the same sense, I don't want to hear the sash. There's no room for that sort of talk, or these songs, or the music on this programme.
Wait till I tell me this. Wait till I tell me this. Why not?
Why not? Because there's enough trouble. Why not?
Yes, but that's nothing to do with trouble. Where is the trouble?
Where is the trouble? Okay, open your eyes.
No, wait a minute, Margaret. Hang on, stop. No, you wait a minute. Stop shouting and bawling. Where is the trouble?
The trouble where?
Where is the trouble you're talking about? The enough trouble?
There's enough trouble with terrorist organisations.
Yes, but hold on.
Songs to support them.
No, that was not a terrorist organisation.
The IRA?
Uh-huh.
Well, you try telling that to the armed forces, Scottie,
No, I think you've got to just listen for a wee while and get things in perspective here, right? I've asked you a question intentionally because where is the trouble?
You tell me, Scottie.
No, you must know. You seem to know. You've told me there's trouble. Now, where is the trouble you're talking about?
There's trouble in Ireland, there's trouble in London, there's trouble
Hold on a minute. Which part of Ireland?
It's immaterial.
No, it's not. It's vital. It's absolutely vital. Which part of Ireland?
That's not your opinion, Scottie. It's not my opinion. It doesn't matter to me where the trouble is.
I'm saying to you, where is the trouble?
In Ireland, always has been.
Which part of Ireland?
I don't know, Scottie, because I'm not interested.
Well, this is not a terrorist organisation we're talking about here, right?
Well, the IRA, the UDA, to me, are terrorist organisations.
Yes, but you see, that's because you only have a very, very scant knowledge of what you're talking about, and I actually resent people jumping down my throat and shouting and bawling, but the thing is, you have a scant knowledge of what you're talking about, and I'm trying to... You see, prejudice runs deep and narrow. Now, if people can't broaden their thinking, then at least they can improve their intelligence.
Well, Scottie, can I just put it over to you? It's hard to improve your intelligence when you had a stepbrother who's born to smithereens by the IRA. It's very hard to support them in any way.
Yes, but I think what I'm trying to tell you here
is... if I've got a tiny mind against them, I'll remain
I think what you're confusing the IRA of today with the IRA of yesteryear. And that's the point I'm trying to make you. You're way, way off the beam here.
I'm not way off the beam.
You're away blathering about modern times, and what I was trying to get you to say, the trouble is in Northern Ireland.
And keep it in Northern Ireland.
Just a minute, Margaret. Would you listen, please? You can't come on and shout and bawl at me and not let me, respond. That is not fair. You see, especially when, as I say, you're actually off the beam here.
Scottie, you getting mixed up with and the Sinn Féin.
No, I'm not. I would not make that mistake. What I'm trying to tell you is that song contained the words IRA last night. We're off to join the IRA. Yes. Now, if you listen to the song carefully, you would find out that it was a young lad, right, in the south of Ireland 85 years ago, who was bored in the fields in agriculture, and he'd gone off to join the army that were in the process of creating a free state, which is what Ireland now has. right? Now that's 85 years ago. Now at that time, the IRA, which had been born out of a brotherhood, yes, and was nothing to do, not even remotely connected with what the IRA stands for today.
Well, I'll accept that point.
So that's the point I make, and it's people like your good self, no disrespect to you, because obviously I'm fond of you, but it's people like your good self that stir up trouble because they've got a half-baked idea of the history of the situation.
Well, what does the IRA stand for today, Scotty?
Well, I don't know. I'm not even getting involved in that.
Well, the song that you played last night is a rebel song which is supported by the IRA of today.
That's not true at all. The song, no, that's rubbish. The song that I played last night, the song that I played last night was referring to events of 85 years ago, right? And it's not even, Northern Ireland did not exist when that song was written, because the 6 counties had not been annexed. So there was no such thing.
You and I will have to disagree.
No, we can't disagree. I cannot let you go in ignorance.
I'm not ignorant, Scotty.
Yes, no, but you're in a state of ignorance. That's because you have a lack of knowledge about this, and I don't want you to go harbouring that for the rest of your life, because if you have that, you will never advance.
And if you had
well, wait a minute.
85 years ago.
No. You see, Margaret, I can't seem to get this across to you. Do you ring the newspapers every time you see the letters IRA in the newspapers? Do you ring them up and say, you'd no right to print these 3 letters? Do you?
No, but I don't read newspapers, Scotty.
You don't read news? Well, you see, this is not...
television on, I would switch that on.
So, do you ring the television companies and you say, that news report you had tonight in the BBC, it mentioned the letters IRA?
Well, the difference between newspaper, Scotty, and the television, you tell us nightly that this is our programme, and if there's anything about the programme we don't like, we have to come on and tell you. I've done that tonight.
Well, that's good, but I also want you to realise that there is another side to the story, right? And not everyone thinks the same way as yourself.
Well, possibly, but does that mean that you're going to play the sash further on down the line?
Well, no, because I have never ever played a sectarian song, even now, on this programme, and I would not go and do that. And also, I have already told you that I didn't realise that that particular version of that song, as far as I could remember, right, being on a British folk music, right, and it's a folk song, it's not terrorist, it's not rebel, it's not anything to do with that.
Well, obviously you're not up to date, Scotty, in what gets played by followers of the terrorist organisations, because that is an Irish rebel song.
I shouldn't think you'll have these words to it. Yes, and the words will be different.
So I think you were completely out of order to play that.
No, I wasn't. No, wait a minute, hang on. I wasn't completely out of order at all.
Yes, well, that's your opinion.
Well, that's your opinion, but what I'm trying to say... Yes, but I'm wanting you to advance, because if you just stick with one opinion, you'll never move on.
I've got various opinions, and I have no time for terrorist organisations.
Yeah, but that song was not about a terrorist... Margaret, that song was not about a terrorist organisation. At that time, that was a totally different organisation. Things go through.
Culture in Britain and Scotland. We're sick listening about Ireland in the programme and their causes, and if they feel that way, they should go back to Ireland, keep it in Ireland. There's plenty of Scots songs you could have played, Culture Corner.
So are you telling me that there's nobody over here that likes Irish folk music?
Yes, but I think your choice left a lot to be desired.
In what way?
Exactly what I explained to you. The fact that it had spoke about the wife of a rebel and the IRA was featured in it, I think you were totally out of order.
Now tell me this, right? What were they rebelling against then?
I'm not interested, Scotty.
Well, I think you better go and find out and come back and tell us.
I'm totally not interested, Scotty.
No, but if you've raised the point, you've got to back it up.
I raised the point that it featured the part in the song of the rebel's wife and the IRA. That was enough for me. And you didn't keep the other side happy.
And you didn't even think when the song was written.
I wasn't interested when the song was written.
Well, I think you should be.
You also commented to Catherine you should keep the other side happy. Why would you need to keep the other side happy if it's only an Irish folk song?
It's only an Irish folk song. What was she doing? Because of what she was saying to me.
No,
she was saying she was asking me if I would play an Orange Hymn.
I don't know what an Orange Hymn is.
Well, neither do I, but there you are.
No,
so you go and that's your homework. You go and find out. That's right. Well, you go and find out from Catherine. Well, you go and find out from Catherine what an Orange Hymn is and come back and report.
I've no idea, and I'm not interested.
Well, if you're not interested, why are you on bothering me?
Why? Because
you're not
insulted.
Well, you must be interested.
And I couldn't hear the marching. Green and white, blue and white apart.
But there's nothing to do with marching. You're thinking of Northern Ireland. This has nothing to do with Northern Ireland.
I'm not thinking of Northern Ireland. I've already said it twice, Scotty.
Of course you are.
You mentioned the Rebels twice, and you mentioned the IRA. I'm not interested in them.
Yes, 85 years ago. Well, phone up the newspapers if you see the IRA mentioned.
I think we've got enough. I've listened to the programmes since November, and I think we've got enough to be going on with without involving Irish folk songs, if that's what you want to put it.
Yes.
Keep it to Scotland, keep it to England, keep it to the listeners that listen to it.
Yes.
Okay, Scotty, and I'll speak to you later.
Okay,
Bye.
Margaret, bye-bye then. Right, there we are. She's obviously doing a nut about something. Misplaced to happen to add. This was Culture Corner last night, and I happened to play a folk song. Obviously, if I'd offended anybody, then I sincerely apologise. We're not in the business of doing that. I didn't realise this came off a CD, which was a CD of British folk music.
Box and Wireless Scotland, the very best of your box and wireless.